Hi, this is Nate Peterson from Group 5. Group 5, we also have Spencer Olson and Tyler Randall. Today I'm giving the presentation on Chapter 17, Integrate Hypothesis-Driven Development and A-B Testing into Our Daily Work. So with the hypothesis-driven development and A-B testing, it's common for software developers to work on projects or features without ever knowing if what they've spent so much time working on actually achieved the desired results. If we do learn that the program or feature isn't performing as expected, it's likely that fixing the underperforming feature will get out-prioritized by other projects or needs. Jez Humble suggests that the most inefficient way to test a business model or product idea is to build the complete product to see whether the predicted demand actually exists. Before a program feature gets built, the question should be asked, should we build it and why? And we should perform cheap, fast experiments through user research to validate whether the feature will achieve the outcome we expect. Techniques such as A-B testing, conversion funnels, and hypothesis-driven development can be used to perform these experiments. Scott Cook, the founder of Intuit, suggests that companies should build a culture of innovation through an experimental approach to product development. This is a culture where every employee can do rapid, high-velocity experiments. Intuit did just that. In the beginning, the consumer division of Intuit did about 7 experiments per year. But by building a fast innovation culture, they now do 165 experiments in their peak traffic seasons, and the results confirm their experiments with a 50% increase in customer conversions. Therefore, we can learn that we can develop experiments and learn from them faster if we can take the lead in our market. All this depends on our ability to rapidly deploy and release software. If we can learn anything from the Intuit example, it should be that defining the customer conversion funnel and performing A-B testing is of utmost importance. A-B testing was created in the era of direct response marketing, where a company would send out thousands of postcards or flyers via postal mail and ask the recipients to accept an offer by responding via phone, returning a mailing, or placing an order. Using these response channels, experiments were developed and performed to determine which offer had the highest customer conversion rates. Experiments such as modifying the wording, design, and typography were used to determine which was the most effective in getting customer to convert. These experiments took a very long time and cost a lot of money to perform and complete, but it paid off and consumer conversions increased. And well-documented examples of A-B testing were used in campaign fundraising, internet marketing, and the lean startup methodology. Today, A-B testing is most commonly used on websites where visitors can randomly be directed to one of 2 versions of a web page, either the control group A or a treatment group B. The control group may be shown a web page in its standard design scheme, whereas the treatment group would be shown the same page with a change in design or feature on that page. The experiment would be to see if the changes on the page shown in the treatment group increased customer conversions, which would typically be increased purchases. This would allow us to assign a dollar value to the improvements on a page the treatment group was shown. The goal behind A-B testing and our feature testing is really to determine whether the feature we are developing will deliver a positive value to our organization. Will the feature increase or improve customer conversions, or does it have 0 or a negative impact? If we don't do A-B testing in our feature testing, we could be writing code and integrating it into our code base for no reason, making our code more complex and increasing our maintenance costs over time. Jez Humble joked, taken to an extreme, the organization would have been better off by giving the entire team a vacation instead of building a non-value-adding feature. As it's become abundantly clear that we need to be able to do quick and easy production deployments on demand, this will allow us to do fast and iterative A-B testing in our releases using feature toggles and delivering multiple versions of our code simultaneously to customer segments. By using feature toggles, we can control the users that will be shown the treatment version of our experiment. We may direct 50% of our users to the control page and 50% of our users to the treatment page. When we then compare the behavior of the control and treatment groups to see if the customer conversion increased on the treatment page. There are many A-B testing products that can be easily integrated into our code base, such as Etsy's Experimentation Framework API, Optimizely, and Google Analytics, among others. Without a doubt, well-crafted A-B testing experiments will allow us to make more informed decisions about the features we put into production. Then integrating A-B testing into our feature planning. And once we have the infrastructure to quickly deploy well-crafted A-B test experiments, it is important that the business owners consider each feature as a hypothesis. Such a hypothesis can be framed in the following form. We believe that increasing the size of a hotel image on the booking page will result in improved customer engagement and conversion. We will have confidence to proceed when we see a 5% increase in customers who review hotel images who can then proceed to book in 48 hours. So that hypothesis would be to ask, or to say, we believe, will result, we have confidence to proceed when. And taking an experimental approach to feature development requires us to adopt the beneficial strategy of breaking down work into small units, but also validating whether these small units of work are delivering the outcomes we expect. In a case study for Yahoo, Jim Stoneham was the general manager of the Yahoo Communities group that includes Yahoo, the Yahoo Answers product. The Yahoo Answers product had about 140 million monthly visitors with 20 million active users. However, it was noticed that user growth and revenue had flattened, and user engagement scores were declining. As there are many competitors in the space, it was observed that these competitors were better able to generate and deploy A/B experiments and receive the feedback that was needed to be successful. Once Yahoo was able to move to multiple deployments per week, their ability to experiment with new features increased dramatically. And they were able to notice a 72% increase in monthly visits, a threefold increase in user engagement, and a doubling of revenue. Clearly, incorporating quick A/B testing into their daily workflow allowed Yahoo to win in their marketplace. And in conclusion, to have a success in A/B testing, we need to deploy and release quickly, we need to out-experiment the competition, and we need to have different testing techniques. And faster feedback will allow us to learn faster and make bigger impact. And organizational learning comes from experimentation. And with that, that includes my presentation on Chapter 17. Thanks for listening. Have a nice day.